All right. Welcome to the much anticipated Memorial Day Trickshot contest presented by MVP Ball and Activate MKE. I'm your host, Chad Welzick of Activate MKE, and I can guarantee one thing. This is going to be a lot of fun. Before we get into the event itself, let's take a moment to pause to acknowledge the men and women who have continually kept us safe back home and overseas. Also, this Memorial Day, we pause to recognize all of the first responders and medical professionals around the world. Thank you on behalf of everyone involved in this project for keeping us safe during this unpredictable time. It is also important to note that the making of this video followed all CDC guidelines. During the event, you will notice masks, some elbow touches, and even distance high fives. Everyone involved was safe and very happy to help. For those of you who do not know, this event is a fundraiser for two charities affected by COVID-19. The Cream Skills Basketball Association in Milwaukee and Mascot Miracles of Salt Lake City. Thank you to our many sponsors for making considerable donations from the beginning. But there is still time to donate today. If you go to the link dropped below, you will find where to donate. Any contribution is greatly appreciated. Now, before we can get into the event itself, let's break down the rules. This event is for our charities, and each participating contestant will represent one of the charities involved. Proceeds raised will be distributed based on each contestant's final place. First place gets 70% of the money raised, and second gets 30%. In round one, the contestants will participate in a game of MVP. The rules are just like horse, but in this, each contestant will have 5 attempts to match the shot previously made by their opponent. If they fail, they get a letter. The game will continue until one player receives all 3 letters MVP. The player who wins the round receives 7 points. During this round, we will be engaging in a discussion with our 3 judges, who we will introduce in just a few moments. After the MVP game, we will have our second and final round, which is a head-to-head matchup between the contestants. Both players will get 2 trick shots in this final round. Our 3 judges will score every trick on a scale of 6 to 10, resulting in a high score of 30 and a low score of 18. Finally, the player with the highest combined overall score from both rounds is crowned the MVP 2020 Memorial Day Trickshot Champion. Now that we understand how this event will work, it's time to meet our contestants and the charity they are representing. Let's take it to the contestants directly.
What's up, guys? Ryan Citro. I go by Neon. We're out here at the 2020 Memorial Day Trickshot competition, sponsored by MVP. I'm representing Mascot Miracles. Let's get it.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's David St. Pierre. I go by SHIFTY, and we're in the 2020 Memorial Day Trickshot contest, sponsored by MVP. I'm representing Cream Skills Basketball Association.
Special thanks to SHIFTY and Neon for participating and representing these 2 great charities. Let's quickly take a pause to learn what these charities are all about. Such great organizations that we are pleased to represent today. But enough is enough. It's time to get into the contest. Let's bring our judges live to the Zoom call so we can introduce them.
Judges, we are so happy you're here. We want to welcome you to the 2020 Memorial Day Trickshot Contest. We are so honored that we are able to invest time coming together to support two awesome charities. You guys are in for a real treat today. We are going to have thousands and millions across America and around the globe tuning in, joining us for an awesome time of conversation with Michael Carter Williams, Trevor Booker, and Andrew Rowsey. Guys, you're going to hear about their accomplishments, the amazing things they've been able to do in now and in the past in their career, their journeys, guys. And we're just so excited that with the challenges that our nation and world's facing, that we can come together as community, as family, lifting up one another. So we're just so honored that these guys are investing time with us today, and we are excited to see Neon and WhyShifty, our contestant and the trick shot artists that they are in just a little while, guys. But I'm going to begin first with the formal introduction of our judge, our current G League Lakeland Magic player, former Freshman of the Year at UNC Asheville, averaged 20 points his freshman year, 18 his sophomore year, transferred to Marquette. Big East honorable mention. Give it up for Andrew Rowsey. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, join us from all over the nation and world. Give it up for Michael Carter Williams, current Orlando Magic player, NBA Rookie of the Year, dropped a triple-double in his NBA debut, former Milwaukee Buck, and McDonald's All-American. Give it up for MCW. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our last but not least, retired NBA player, first-round pick, in his own right, trick shot artist, entrepreneur, and just a man with some wisdom and encouragement to the next generation of athletes and entrepreneurs. Give it up for Trevor Booker. All right, guys. So now let's just lighten the mood. On my end, I can breathe for a sec. We're just going to get into the interview portion.
And our game of MVP, brought to you by Sport Court, Wisconsin. But before we do, let's pause and take a moment to hear directly from them.
The big moment, championship game, down by 2, 10 seconds left. Inbound pass, Johnson's got the ball.
In their hearts, your kids have always been champions. It's only a matter of unlocking their potential. So give them a place to dream. A place where, every day, they can shape themselves into what they can become.
He made it! And the crowd goes wild!
Champions start here. Sport Court.
All right, and we are back and ready to get underway with our interview and the contest. So we are going to begin with Andrew as the game gets underway live on your screen.
Andrew, you're first up, and we would love to hear about your time and your journey from UNC Asheville to that transition to Marquette and playing in Milwaukee and at Marquette. If you could just share with us some of your fondest memories of that time for those of us that are fans joining us today.
Of course. So for those that don't know, I was originally at UNC Asheville, and that's where me and Jaleel actually were teammates for a year. and me and him became pretty close throughout my time there. And I had a great time at Asheville. I didn't leave for any of the reasons other than the fact that, you know, I wanted to take it to the next level, and I knew my game, you know, reflected that, and that I could make an impact at that level. And I never really had that opportunity coming out of high school. I was lightly recruited, so having that opportunity, I couldn't really turn it down. So when Marquette came knocking on my door, it was an easy decision to, you know, invest in, you know, Marquette and their program. And I was fortunate enough to, you know, play for a great coach and Coach Wojo, and play for, an even better program who has great history. So it was a great time playing for Marquette and representing the university.
Thank you, man, so much for sharing. And tell us now kind of your time in the G League and with the Lakeland Magic. Share with us, for those joining us, about your experience and what's life like, obviously now outside of COVID, in the season and playing in the G League. What's that like for? We would love to hear about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was very different for me. Because my first year out of college, I played in Europe. So playing in Europe for a year, then coming back and playing the G League scene, for those that have done that, it's just two different paths, and it's two different, you know, lifestyles. So for me, it was a little bit of adjusting at first, and, you know, getting used to the everyday stuff. And it's just, you know, where to put your time, you know, when you're outside of practice. That's just the main thing for me, and trying to stay focused on that path. So I had a great time in Lakeland, great time in Florida. You know, the weather was nice. I wish the season could have went on a little bit longer. I felt like we had a really good team.
Thank you so much, Andrew. We appreciate it, man. All right, MCW, you are up next, and we have to go there. We love Orlando. We love sunny Florida, but for those that remember and know you from your time in MKE, the 414 Milwaukee, just wanted, if you wouldn't mind sharing one of your most memorable moments on the court in Milwaukee with the Bucks.
I think we had a few of them. I think it's probably tied between, you know, making to the playoffs. That was my first year going to the playoffs. You know, I'll never forget that, you know, playing against Chicago with, you know, D Rose, Jimmy, and all those guys, and experiencing the playoffs for the first time. So that was a great experience. But also, I think, you know, probably one of the best experiences and games I've been a part of was when we ended the Golden State's run up in Milwaukee. So that was definitely a great experience. You know, we had the crowd, you know, with the 24-1 shirts. It was just a, you know, overall, you know, great things, and it was a great thing to be a part of.
Oh man, well, my dad and I were right there cheering with you and the Bucks. I was at that game, and so thank you and for making that moment and showing that Milwaukee has the flex as well.
Yeah, that was a good time.
So that was awesome, man. So thank you. And we wanted to just ask as well, we know each one of you guys, there's so much more that you're involved with, and just being an inspiration and role model to the next generation. And MCW, can you share about your MCW STARZ and just your heart to invest in the next generation of ballers?
Yeah, I got an AAU team called MCW STARZ. We got we don't have that many. We got like 3 or 4 boys teams, but we got like 15, 16 girls teams. And my mom, she's a big coach back in Boston where I'm from. She has a lot of connections out there. So she runs the whole program. You know, it's great to see, you know, girls going to college, you know, for all divisions, Division 1, 2, and 3. It's great, you know, just to have girls basketball, you know, kind of mix in with the NBA, and they get to see that, you know, lifestyle a little bit. And I tried to, you know, incorporate and getting WNBA girls to talk to them, and just so they can see what it's like. You know, I feel like a lot of high school kids and you know, for boys, they got all this access to NBA players and these college players. It's kind of not the same for girls. So I'm trying to, you know, bridge that gap, so to speak, for, you know, high school and middle school girls to, you know, WNBA girls.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for investing in the next generation. It's awesome to hear and definitely encouraging. The last and final question for you, as there's talk and excitement, anxiousness of seeing the league come back, and we're hearing rumors, and especially up here in Milwaukee and around the country, that Orlando and the Magic and Disney might be the home for the East. From what we're hearing, what you know, can you share just the excitement of, you know, to getting back to playing, whatever is going to happen with that, but just, you know, now and as we look to the future and beyond this season of the NBA, and what has, you know, this allowed for you as a player?
You know, I can tell you that, you know, probably pretty much everybody wants to get back out there and play. You know, it's obviously a tough situation, you know, dealing with people's health and safety. You know, that always comes first. But, you know, guys are antsy to get back and playing. You know, I think Orlando and Vegas are going to be the two spots for the Eastern and Western Conference. You know, I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know, like, which teams are playing which, where we start out at the schedule, how many games we're playing. But, you know, I know Adam is, you know, pretty adamant about getting the season back and going. You know, I think we'll know more, like, you know, mid-June, and then, you know, July, mid-July, I think that's when everything will start, you know, moving. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, people miss it. You know, I think it makes you think about, and it makes people appreciate the sport more, you know, players and fans. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be different. I don't know, like I said, what it's going to look like, but I think everyone's excited for it to come back.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. And yeah, we can't wait to see the NBA back and cheering on our favorite teams. And for those that are on, give a shout out to these players. Drop some comments in the video link below. Let them know you're watching. Let them know where you're from and some of your most memorable moments that you've seen these players and these great men play over the years. Make sure, show them some love, thumbs up, let them know you're watching and what they mean to you guys. So thank you, MCW. Next up, we got Trevor Booker. Man, there's a lot here that we could talk about. There's a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience, a lot of passion, both on the court and off the court. Your career in the NBA, obviously so many different moments and memories. Do you mind just sharing a few of the top memories as a recently retired NBA player that you could share with those that are joining us today?
I think my biggest memory that'll last, you know, forever, as my biggest memory of playing the NBA would be playing against Kobe Bryant, you know, in his final game. Just to see what he did. You know, he was my favorite player. And to play against him in my final game, you know, it was pretty dope. It was a wrap from then, you know. He went on to score 60 points, and you know it was a star-studded night. You know, we had Jay-Z in the building, Kanye, Snoop Dogg, like, you know, everybody came out to see that game. So to be a part of it, you know, it was something special. And you know, with him being my favorite player, and I didn't notice this at the time, but I was the last person to ever foul Kobe, you know, in his career. So, you know, just something small like that, you know, I'm gonna cherish those moments.
Write that down. And then last but not least, we know it's not just business, it's not just basketball, but it's investing in the next generation as well. And can you share about your role and your involvement and how some of the youth watching might be able to get connected with the Combine Academy.
Combine Academy is a private high school that me and Jonah started here in Charlotte in 2012. Now we've built it up to a 43-acre campus with, over 50,000 square foot of building space. We actually have the 14th ranked high school basketball team going into next season. So it's a pretty big academy. We're trying to get IMG's level. That's gonna be pretty tough. We started it from the ground up with no money other than $2,000 for a website, no investment or anything. So that's pretty dope. But we try to bring kids in and get them seen. That's our main goal. Just get them to the next level, get them scholarships, especially the international kids. A lot of them want to come over and play sports over here. So they see our academy and they come over. They love it. We house them, we feed them, and we put them in front of college coaches. And the parents love it, they love it, and we love it.
Well, thank you so much for your investment in that next generation and just providing that space and those opportunities. Super encouraging. And for those of you guys watching, make sure you check out all the great organizations and the things each one of these judges and is involved with, and learn more. Make sure you connect on their social media channels, and most importantly, when you see them out and about, or if you're at a game, make sure you thank them, you say hello, and just keep repping the great things that are happening in your city.
All right, that will wrap up the first round of our contest. And as you just saw, Shifty ran away with it, meaning he will have a 7-point lead heading into the second and final round. But first, on behalf of MVP Ball, we would like to note our large network of trickshot influencers around the world. Ideally, we would have included them all in this contest today, but nevertheless, from France to Maine and all the way to California, let's welcome in our friends and partners across the globe.
I'm Catman from Massachusetts, and shout to MVP Ball. Yes, sir.
I'm Alayla Lance, I'm 17 years old, and I'm from Florida. Hey, my name's Hope Yancey, I'm 18 years old, and I'm from Georgia, and this is for MVP.
What's up, guys? Coach Gage here. I'm 22 years old, and I'm from Southern California.
Hey, my name's Jessica Dowdy, I'm from Augusta, Georgia.
My name is Zeke Wozniak. I'm 6 years old, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. MVP, this for you. Woo!
Thank you, everyone, for submitting a video and rocking your official MVP Memorial Day Trickshot attire. Now that we've had a little break, let's get back into the action. Our judges are still here and ready to roll into the second and final round.
Well, here we are in Midtown, the final round presented by the Augusta Sports Council, the 2020 Memorial Day Trickshot Contest in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Here is WhyShifty. What's up? Oh, it's him.
That's tough. That's tough.
Let's see it one more time, guys.
Yeah, he got this spin at first too.
Yeah, with the Mascot.
With the Mascot.
Those extra points for sure.
The one leg. I think I just went off one leg.
Oh.
Oh
We might have to see that
Well,
again.
let's give it up here for WhyShifty, guys.
That was tough.
That was good.
My
Wow,
man was
what a
solid.
shot. The first shot. All right, MCW, what is your score for that shot?
I'm gonna give my man a 9.
Yeah, all right, good looking.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew, what's your score for that shot?
I'm gonna give him a 9 as well.
All right, T-Book.
I'm gonna have to give him a 10.
Ooh.
Because of the spin at the beginning.
You're generous today.
You know? I am.
Cool. So, first shot, WhyShifty with a score of 28 points. So, thank you, judges, for the score. All right, let's cue up our next shot. All right, we got Neon. Wow. He's at half court, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, okay, so he's at half court.
He is at half court. Look at that MVP ball, that rotation, that spin on it going in.
That's tough.
Alrighty.
No look.
Got what we got.
No, I think the level of difficulty, I gotta go with 10.
Wow.
Oh, pretty generous. Okay.
When he was sitting down, no look. Tough.
That's
tough.
True. That's true.
I'm going with a 9 again.
What you got, Drew?
I get it.
Okay. I'm with you. 9. 9.
Wow.
A little 28 again.
So we got, another 28. All right, let's cue up the next shot. All right, here we go. WhyShifty spinning the ball. Oh, we got a trampoline. Whoa!
Okay.
Let's see it one more time, guys.
I like the creativity.
The front flip.
He loves that spin on the ball,
huh? And no mat.
I like it. I'm gonna go with a 9 though.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna go with a 9.
Ooh. See, I'm gonna go with a 10 right now. The front flip.
Okay. Another 28. Okay. Yeah, I give it a 10 because I like that he brought the trampoline in.
Ooh.
And it would be a 9.5, but he gave the COVID elbow dap. So I gave
the COVID elbow dap.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, judges. So I believe that's a 29, correct? Here we got a 29.
Yeah, 29.
Yeah.
Right, so here it is, guys. The final round. We got Neon.
Neon's back. Oh! 10 piece. Between?
Let's see it one more time.
That was between his legs there, wasn't it?
That one was between his legs.
Okay.
Off the trend?
It's the 10 there.
10 piece.
Oh, underhand.
He shut it down.
That's pretty tough.
Between the legs did it.
Perfect score from the judge. MCW 10. Trevor 10. Andrew 10. Wow.
That's the game.
All right. Well, that concludes. We're going to get the final tally, and we're going to take a moment to pause again. If you guys want to fuel up, grab another drink, snack, and we're going to get the judges and the contestants on the line together, introduction, so you guys can meet one another, say what's up, and then we will have the formal announcement of the winner. And then we'll have some final words and thank yous, and then you guys are free to enjoy your Saturday right after that.
The Augusta Sports Council not only presents the Ray Guy Award to the Collegiate Punter of the Year, they also recognize our local high school punters every week during WJBF's Game Night Live. The Augusta Sports Council also hosts events such as Ironman 70.3 Augusta, the Augusta University Half Marathon 10K and 5K, the Game Scholarship Program, USA Cycling events, and the FCS Punter of the Year Award. For a complete listing of all their events or to volunteer, visit AugustaSportsCouncil.org or #AugustaSports.
All right, fellas, after counting on my fingers, I got the score for you here. We got WhyShifty, so he won the MVP round. So that gave him a 7-point advantage. So with the scores you guys gave, he ended with a 64. And then we got Neon coming in. You know, the 30 wasn't good enough. We got some contestants on the line right now. Let me what's going on? All right, everybody. This is one of our contestants, Dave.
What's up, David?
What's up, Dave?
How you been?
Milwaukee Bucks rim rocker. Dave, real quick, why don't you give us a little bit about the experience?
Yeah, man. So thanks for the opportunity. It's been awesome. Haven't even met you guys in I think 2 or 3 weeks. We just started interacting with this. So honestly, I haven't been doing trick shots for very long, but I kind of equate it to life in a way, because so many times, like if you try a trick shot, sometimes you hit it in 1 or 2 shots, but chances are it's going to take way longer than that, right? And that's what like life is. We try to do something big and hoping it'll happen in 1 or 2 tries, but you need to work way harder than that in order to get it. So I think motivation and attitude is like the biggest thing to push yourself, like if you aren't hitting that on the first try or 2. And I just wanted to give a quick example. So I don't know if Neon's on yet, but I've been a rim rocker for the last 13 seasons. And in those 13 years, I've never seen someone do a front flip between the legs dunk on their very first tryouts. And Neon is actually the first one to do that. But he actually, on the very last jump, he did a front flip dunk and he landed and he shattered his ankle, right? And we were devastated. We're like, we were going to hire this guy. He's so talented. And we thought we lost him. Well, the very next week he came to he came to practice, in a cast or whatever. And he's like, no, this is what I want to do. And he just had that motivation and drive to, no matter what the consequences, he loved the sport and he kind of came back, right?
Absolutely. We'll just go ahead and crown you right now.
Oh,
Dave,
all right.
Here. WhyShifty.
Hey.
Let's go. Keep it going. 2020 Memorial Day MVP. So how does it feel?
Man, it feels awesome. I grew up in the city of Milwaukee, and actually my grandpa's a big inspiration because he had a trampoline and a high bar and like ropes and stuff, and we'd invite the whole community over to jump. And I've kind of been performing all my life, but only because it's so fun and it's cool to engage with everyone. So this was just an extension of that, and it was awesome to do it. It got me back out of the lockdown type mode, and hopefully things start opening up pretty soon. But thank you guys so much. That is awesome.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congrats, Ken.
Congrats, my guy.
So 70% of the money raised will go to the charity that you represented, Cream Skills. They're doing great things out in the Milwaukee area. What do you have to say about Cream Skills and everything that their goals and what they plan to accomplish?
Yeah, everything that they represent is just, like we're all trying to do, bring the communities together a little bit more. Even with this pandemic going on, I'm trying to think of the positive things. I like that everyone is working on one thing together. And hopefully it kind of just makes you realize that the important things are family and friends and life in general. And we need to stop looking at all the stupid little negative things. Things like this organization and most charities want to do that. They want to break down those barriers and just have a good community upbringing and outlook, and just motivate and bring up people through mentoring and Big Brother and all that stuff. So I'm just happy to be a part of it, and hopefully we can collaborate in the future and do some some bigger stuff when the lockdown comes out where we can actually get a crowd together. That would be awesome.
Absolutely. Chad, I'll let you get back to it, man. I'm sorry I'm stepping all over your toes.
No, not at all, man. It's an honor and privilege. And again, I just want to echo in agreement everyone's words, and just again, thank you for the investment of your time.
Awesome.
So, David, anything, and we'll just go through the horn quick. Any last words?
Yeah, I mean, I guess last words are, this ball is awesome, by the way. I didn't get a chance to talk to you guys about it. I love it. And it's got my colors, right? So thank you. Thank you for the ball. I talked enough about the charity, right? So I'll leave you with this. Thank you.
Awesome. MCW.
Thank you guys for having me. Obviously it's a Memorial Day theme, so, shout out to, all the U.S. soldiers and, men and women and everyone that's helped out our country. Appreciate you guys having us. It was a real fun time. The trick shots were great, every single one of them. And, I hope we can, continue this and to celebrate the good people before us.
Hey, Trevor, T-Book.
Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you guys having us. And, just keep doing great work, throughout the community. I love seeing that.
Right. Andrew, Drew.
Yeah, thanks for having us. And shout out Milwaukee, what MVP and Jaleel and, everybody did here. It was a great thing. Congrats again to David on winning it. And look forward to doing it again next year. And just stay positive through these tough times, and we'll see better days.
What's going on, everybody? This is Derek Rodriguez, co-founder of MVP Ball. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to our Memorial Day 2020 Charity Trickshot event. Big thanks to Ryan and David for competing. Big thanks to Michael Carter-Williams, Trevor Booker, Andrew Rowsey for judging the event. Huge thanks to our sponsors. As a team, none of this would have been done without you guys. Thank you for helping us raise for a good cause for Mascot Miracles, the Green Skills Basketball Association. We look forward to doing it next year. Let's go.